Diablo taking place in one of the darkest and most fantastically depressing places in fantasy, the Sanctuary. In Tristram, there's not very many places of hope, not very many places of positivity, but one thing that is for sure: inns, taverns, swords, skeletons, mystical demons, and also terrible spells causing pain and destruction to those around, with a few sprinkled highlight moments to fill your bellies with some food that were available in the world of Sanctuary. In this particular video, we're going to talk about one such highlight known as the Horadric Hamburger. The Horadric Hamburger can be identified and actually picked up in the fields of Whimsyshire in Diablo 3. Originally released as seasonal content, has now become a staple in Diablo 3 as one of the most sought after daggers in the world of Sanctuary. Sporting 2 buns, cheese, lettuce, tomato, and onions, all rotting and moldy, this infamous Horadric Hamburger is one of the most fun and wonderful things that can be played and used in Diablo 3. When you obtain the Horadric Hamburger, it usually picks up and is based upon your level 4 stats as well as legendary qualities. And generally, the description and the image is the most interesting part, as well as the ability to be able to transmog. Despite the fact that cheese is actually shown on the hamburger itself when holding in your hand, it actually is missing that one very important ingredient, as the history of the Horadric Hamburger is as states: the Horadrim wandered far and wide to gather the finest ingredients for their feast. Only the lone traveler sent to the Moo farm failed to return. Diablo has laid a trap for the Horadrim, the hell bovine who struck the traveler down before he could gather that final ingredient. The Horadric Hamburger. The Horadrim weren't only known for their fantastic ability of preventing world domination by evil and demons, as well as fantastic spells, historical reference, and knowledge in the world of the Sanctuary. One of the things they excelled at was the culinary arts of food, and one in particular was the Horadric Hamburger. With their vast knowledge and quests, they were able to find all the different pieces that put the Horadric Hamburger together with all the different pieces that we have here, and I present to you. We've got the stale bread, because Sanctuary doesn't have any good bread. We have mortal meat, probably mixed in with some cows and other type of beasts that we slay. We have some terrible and awful, disgusting and oozing onions. We also have some very rotten tomatoes, and then rotten and awful lettuce that probably is still kind of crusty and nasty. We then finish it off the bottom bun, which is also stale. Horadric Hamburger dagger that can only be found in the Whimsyshire farms, as it is also missing the one and final ingredient: cheese. Now that we have our completed Horadric Hamburger together, let's go ahead and have a taste. That's awful. The durability of this item is only going to be about 1 or 2 hits. Even then, it's probably just going to break up into pieces, so. Yeah, it's not bad. Realistically, I got all this from the supermarket, but I will say the ingredients there are not the most in best state of all, and they're probably going to make you sick. So, doing this for you. Anyway, the Horadric Hamburger stands as one of the most elusive, rare, and fantastical items in the world of Diablo 3, especially for transmography. One can hope and one could ask for the Horadric Hamburger to make its return in Diablo 4, as I'm sure the no such cow level that doesn't exist will indeed exist at some point. And with it will we finally achieve the final ingredient and the final completion of the Horadric Hamburger. By being obtained by players, being used, and most of all, will it have cheese in the world of Diablo 4? As Diablo has yet to make an appearance, but I'm sure he will, and with it the Hellvine bovines will be back, protecting on that Moo Moo farm the fullness of everyone's empty stomachs with these terribly rotten but beautifully delicious Horadric hamburgers.